Welcome back to another stream here on twitch.tv/Asuma. We have Bananas in chat from Rapand, Jay's on fire, Surprise Tolpa, Humbly B, Shizuku3158, and the bananas go off the top of the screen. Geez, you people must be very keen and eager today. Thank you everyone for the bananas. We got Sir Thanks a lot here. He likes to thank people and he cannot lie. I never get bored of doing that, do I? I've probably never failed to do that. That joke. Can you even call it a joke? Our factory is all backed up here. We're ready to do the next level of science, basically. I decided that last stream I felt like I was a little unprepared and unplanned. And this stream I want to be more prepared and planned. And I want to explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it more. And one of the cool things... Well, I've learned a couple of cool things, actually. This design right here is really good for balancing belts, I've learned. And also there is like a 7, I think you need 7 blocks to create a belt splitter design, belt balancing, that takes 1 and distributes it to all 4. Which wasn't actually what I was trying to do here. I thought the idea was to have one of these for each unique lane, but maybe we end up doing it slightly different. I really don't know. So at some point we'll go ahead and do that. But our main efforts today will be to do 2 things. One of them is to get the next level of research going. The other one is to create an area where our inserters, our belts, and other things that are more utility driven are created in a similar area to one another, which I believe later on in the game we will upgrade with robots to automatically deliver them to us. Could be wrong about that, but that's what I believe needs to be done. Now, in order for us to make the next level of science, we need advanced circuits which require plastics. So therefore we have to do stuff with oil. And last stream we were setting up things to do with oil through our train system down here. So I think what we're going to do is start looking at this area here as where the oil begins. In fact, this thing is literally sitting here waiting to go. What does it need? It needs 3 pumps. And where do the pumps go? They popped into this part of my inventory. Cool. So we can get started like that. But we got a noise in the air over here. It's all hack, no skill, resubscribing, tier 3 for 3 months in a row. Thank you ever so much. Saying only another 6 months till my Twitch baby. The Twitch baby. That's what we need. If there is a 9... Oh, I think there isn't. I don't know. If there is a 9-month Twitch face, it needs to be a baby Asuma. Oh, I pressed Q. Confusing myself. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? Also, I think later on in the game we'll switch back to cargo. I was reading some stuff about Factorio. I'm pressing Q to rotate. What game is Q to rotate? It's a different game, that's for sure. Aha, and they need to be plugged up. They need some power. So for now, it's all kind of temporary, isn't it? We'll bring it over. Actually, we'll probably go upwards to be smarter. There you go. Just like that. Humbly B says, a baby, how adorable. Ponybut says, you keep bringing up the 9-month Twitch sub bag, and I keep telling you it isn't a thing. Unless it's partner only, says Pony. I think it's 3, 6, then 12. I could always shoot them a message and say, hey, you know, I have Twitch babies, they need a face. And Twitch people will probably reply to me going, shut up, you derp. Right, now I reckon if we do this... Oh, right, rotate. Ah, yeah, they've got to point the other way. Right, so it filled up that, and this isn't empty. So we need to be able to store at least 23k. If we make a pump a storage tank, will it tell us how much? Storage volume, 25. Interesting. How many of those do I want to make? Should we make... I'm going to make 4 to begin with. And there might be a good reason not to put it directly next to this thing, but I don't know what that reason is. So we're going to have these side by side like this, ready for some potential expansion, perhaps upwards. And it's... Oh, right, it's taken all of that. Excellent. Now, when these fill up, the train will sit here. So the train isn't always going to run. We must remember to bring coal over here. In fact, in my research, I decided it would be a good idea to bring coal and stone through these belts over here as well. Yes. Asuma, how was your New Year's Eve, says Mike. I had no idea because I slept through it. That is a great New Year's Eve for me. I don't celebrate New Year's Eve. I like to I want to get on with the next day like it's a normal day. Tuxedo Cat says, we can suspend reality for a second and just say that the Assumers have a 6-month gestation period, then boom, 6 months Twitch baby. Yeah, that's cool. It's a cool way of doing it, but I would be attached to the idea of it being 9 months, I guess, which is silly. I'm saying it's silly. Alright then, so we're not going to be researching for a while. Let's think about what order we're doing things in. I'm actually going to pack away our labs over here, and possibly going to give myself some horrendous inventory issues pretty quickly. And that's fine. And we're obviously going to have power issues as well. Right, now I think I'm okay to remove them. Hopeless for Life says, you should have a place where all the chests are and everything. You make it that you want a chest to go there. Yes, that's part of our plans for this stream. We're also going to move our science somewhere else. And if you're thinking, well, what's the point of that? You know, this is all right, isn't it? It is. It's kind of all right. I mean, but it's not going to take us long to move these. And we're getting the belts out of the way for some of the other stuff. This was always partially temporary anyway. Okay, and let's pick up those. Do you have any blueprints set up yet, says Rob. I can't think of any that I would routinely need. So, no. I guess having them for belts would be good, but I've still got to place them myself, right? Okay, now let's go ahead and undo all of that. Important thing to note here, we do need a way to bring red potions over to where the green ones are made. Considering there's not a lot in this area, I think it would be smart to turn that around and have it wiggle its own way over here. So we're probably going to undo red for now as well. Which again, might seem a little bit crazy. It's quite alright, peeps. It's quite alright. Okay, they all shimmy along a little bit as well. So we'll come back here. These two will both probably go downwards like this. So we're going to cut it off at that spot there. And the rest of these are mine. Geez, so much science. So much science. Breen Machine says, purple is oil, I think. It is on the mini-map. It's purpula. Purpula. Is that a real word? I wish that was a real word. It sounds so amazing. Okay, let's get our potions into there. Fantastic. I'm going to chuck some junk in here as well, actually. That's kind of like junk to me. And so are those. And that's probably fine from that point. X, you're a purpler guy, says Tuxedo Cat. Thanks, I think. Thanks, I think. Right, so we want to bring over coal and something else on their own belts. Now, we've done our belts in groups of 4. In fact, in the future, we might just stack more things alongside these and turn that into a group of 4. So we have big belts of 4 going through. So we have iron, steel, and then we'll put coal on the bottom, and stone will be after another gap of 2. Here's another thing we're going to be dismantling this this stream as well. This little setup's going to get changed. For now, it can do something. Alright, so we've got an absolute mess in front of it, and we will have to do some jangling around here. But not that one. Let's go with that. Turn you downwards. And who's putting noises all up in me ear? That's what I need to find out right about now. It's Sir Thanks a Lot, here with a resubscription for 30 months in a row. Saying, 30 months, time flies, thank you for your entertainment and also for playing Factorio, one of my most favourite games of all time. I would probably have to put it in my favourite games of all time as well, actually. It's just one that I haven't played as much as you would normally say for a game like that, you know, for me. Anyway, thank you so much for your support. Appreciate it. Discut says, how's Factorio compared to Mindustries on mobile? You know, I played Mindustries on computer, and I was actually going to make like a video series on it, and I don't know what happened. I spent some time playing it to learn the game, and then I think I just kind of got distracted. So I yeah, I don't know whatever happens to my plans for playing Mindustry, but I played it on my computer and now I see it's on mobile. Okay, so like that, we bring coal out and coal gets to come and be a part of our belts for if ever it's needed in the future. Now the fact that the train isn't here probably means it's still in the process of loading this up. This is half full, so it's probably taken 2 trips up here. So when it comes next time, we need to have some inserters facing in, and we'll just do the one to begin with quickly. So I can get it done in time, because the train might be on its way back. The minimap might actually help us. Quick! Get there now! Quick! Splitter! Oh! Timing! Look at that. A fresh batch of coal coming down here. Wonderful. Hey, look, it's here as well! Stay a while and listen! It's gonna go, peeps, before we can give it fuel. That being said, can I quickly give it some fuel? Because it might run out. It won't run out. Oh, jeez, it's done. See ya, train. Bye-bye. Kesley says, never heard of this game. What would you compare it to? Ooh, I'd say a little bit of modded Minecraft with its automation. By the way, I got a hot cup of tea here. It needs to be drunk. I would compare it, believe it or not, to electronic circuits, logic, puzzle game, engineering. There's so many aspects of stuff like that that creep into this game. It's wonderful. Oh, goodness me, that's some good tea. Oh, I love it. Right. So back over here, another thing I wanted to do was put in my little splitter setup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's totally going to be room for it. Let's take a moment to actually give this a try, because this area is getting a bit messy, and I definitely want to remember to have the space for it. Okay, one thing we're going to have to do is maybe move these poles. They look kind of crucial around here. If we have one there, we're not going to break the link when we remove that. This is no longer needed. Okay, and we haven't taken down all of the power. Right, we might have to move that one forward by one, but let's start off by getting rid of everything in front of us for a moment. And actually, I'm going to leave that splitter there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I remember correctly, you need to actually bring it into the middle. So that's in the correct spot. That's fine. Might be a bit of work to... Actually, it's probably not too difficult. Then you have that. Then you have underground belts with enough room for the next ones to wiggle around. I think this is correct. I mean, some of you out there probably know what I'm building and therefore can tell me if I've got it. No, there's got to be something else in the middle, I'm sure of it. I think there's supposed to be a splitter there. So the underground belts, where would they go? Maybe it's a little bit bigger than 7. I could always move it, nudge it back by 1 as well. Okay, in chat, tell me if you recognise what we're looking at. Also, we got a noise in the ear from Puzzle Freck, who has resubscribed for 5 months in a row, saying, gosh dang it, Factorio, welp, gotta go re-download it and put another couple 100 hours into it. Thanks a lot, no problem. Happy to remind you that this game exists and it's fully capable of destroying hours of your life. Oh, appreciate your support, man. Hope you're enjoying it. If you've got any tips, tips are always welcome. A 4x4 balancer, says Puretical Official. That could potentially be what we are building. So I believe that's where the splitter goes. Maybe I should have actually held on to like a screenshot earlier of what we're building. That might have been more beneficial. And then that there, I think that might be it. Kind of looks like it, but it could be very easy to actually get a tiny bit of this wrong. A balancer, cool, says Mini Witch. You've done it, says Andrew Awesome. Thank you. I hope you are correct. Alright, so I think what we really have to do here, though, is feed it in... Well, here's the weird thing. Actually, I think you can just feed it into any old one. Let's just slap it there. It's coming through. And it's not getting it on this belt until it gets to about here. I think it evenly splits it up into 4 belts, you know. I haven't had time to really think through what I'm looking at, but visually it kind of looked like it was splitting it up evenly. And now it's going to start to back up on these and then that one. And now it's backed up. Cool. Alright then. I mean, if I could expand all of these together, we could run back and have a look, but it's probably all... Oh, I should have done it that way, right? I should have... Yeah. If I put all of these in first, then we can make a lot more bandwidth for our iron. Pop back over here, yoink, then go run and have a look at what's going on. Looks like far more is going to that one than to these two. So maybe I haven't done it correctly, or these might require some additional configuration, but that's what I've seen other people using. Okay, cool. I'm glad we got to build that. That was awesome. One of the reasons we were coming back here was to make our coal line. We also want to have a stone line. It just so happens the stone... it's kind of nearby in this area. We'll probably have a wiggly line to get it there. So a way in which I could make the line I want to make is by putting that there. Okay, this is... you know, I'm fully aware of how awful this looks right now, but that's fine. Sometimes that's just how things go. Maybe not. Maybe we need to think that one through a little bit more. I'm going to bring it down to this bit here. We'll be able to skip over those, because this is chock-a-block right here. Or maybe I should have gone up. Let's go upwards. I think upwards would be far better. Then that power cable's in the way. That works. Okay. This is an absolute minefield of this is what we're gonna have to do. Yeah, this will be a minefield otherwise. You have to change the other line, not just the one you're looking at doing yourself. Okay. Gonna make it go underground, and then it'll go underground again, and then it'll go underground this way, and eventually it's gonna get to where it needs to go. Okay, now I'm also wondering if the splitters can help us here, and I've somehow managed to run out of them again. I'm always running out of splitters. It's because I haven't pre-made any, I guess. Yes, I think it will actually help us. There you go. Sweet. Right, now one of these power lines is actually going to be kind of essential. Can I get rid of that and put you there? That'll do. Let's take our belt and run it all the way. Yoicks. Alright, cool. So we've got stone on there. We've done some of the things I actually wanted to do today. Can you believe it? Kojiro says, haven't played it in a little while, but do you need stone for anything but stone brick? Can't remember if things have changed. Yeah, you need it for rails, and you need rails for potions later on, so I figured we'll put stone on the belt system as well. I mean, I know other people are probably much more knowledgeable of this game and have perhaps figured it out that no, you don't need it, but I don't mind just, you know, giving it our best shot basically, and if we make some mistakes, that's fine. It's all fun at the end of the day. Right. So we are trying to make potions, and now I think we get to focus on making oil next, which, by the way, doesn't creating plastics require coal at some point? I'm sure you needed coal for something in that region. We've got a blinking light here. What does that mean? Cargo inventory full. These are all filled up. That's fine then. It can sit there and do nothing for a while. And its fuel has been filled up by our inserter. That's terrific. X, you're missing a splitter on the 4x4 belt balancer, says 113. Yeah, I had a feeling I might have been missing one. Does it go somewhere around here? I feel like maybe they should be one forward and it should just be one there. I can always come back and mess about with that, of course. Right. So we need to make plastics. We're going to focus now. We're going to focus on getting a line of plastics in this area. which will actually be on a new line. So 1, 2, oh, there's 5. Oh, I've put stone in the wrong place. Stone's supposed to be 1 lower. Great. 2 lower, even. Ugh. Because we need to... And then that's in the way. Jeez. Oh, well, that's fine. It'll all get done eventually. Okay, awesome. And we're out of belts. Let's go grab some more. Mr. Wood says, hello, Asuma. Hello, Mr. Wood. Welcome to the stream. We're playing Factorio. This game is amazing, in case you weren't aware. Right, now somewhere around here I want to unload all of my stone in my inventory so it's not filling up. These do have some capacity for it. No, they don't. Okay, that's fine. And it's backed up. And we're only taking it from this one here. Yeah, that's fine. You know, that setup doesn't have to be perfect right now. We can come back and reassess that. Probably going to run out of that stone soon anyway. So what we'll do is we'll put that here. We'll get ourselves a little inserter. And then we'll get ourselves a chest. And we'll put all of the stone in the chest. Alright, excellent. Jonathan van der Heed says, X, I've just checked, but you don't need rails for any science packs. I'm sure you do. I looked it up earlier. It's not those ones, it's one of the next ones. It's on their blog, on their website. And I'm pretty sure rails was a part of it. So there's our four, you know, of those, and this is the new belt. So we're going to have a belt for plastics, and that will be here, as well as this belt for stone. And of course these are going to go all the way out. Might as well get them in place. Alright. Right, so we keep trying to do this. Plastics require coal, I knew it was coal, and petroleum gas, and it's made inside of a chemical plant. In order to get petroleum gas, we need to identify where it is here. Petroleum gas, which one? Because I see solid fuel. I feel like I'm missing something. I didn't make it solid fuel before, you see. Petroleum gas barrel, didn't know you could do those. I kind of quite interested in the barrels now, actually, instead of using pipes to move stuff around. Seems like it could be a really interesting little mechanism to throw in. Petroleum gas comes out of the refinery, says Rani. Yes. What is the recipe though? This is not made in a refinery, so see, that requires it, but where's the one? Cool, I feel like I'm blind or something. We should be able to see the little petroleum icon and then know what we're doing. But it's not there. Have I missed some crucial research, perhaps? Anything related to gases here? Maybe if I search... Okay, there's this. Ah, what's this? Right. Oh, interesting. So what I was going to rely on was that one right there, I think. Light oil cracking to... No, it says to petroleum gas. Advanced oil processing. Products. That's the one that I used before. Okay. So if you don't have the next level of science potion made, which doesn't that require plastic? How did I get around that? Maybe I'm making a mistake. Advanced circuit requires plastic. How did I manage to get around that beforehand? No, there it is. Oh. There it is. Products. Right. That's interesting then, because everything else is a product and it shows you how it's made. But here, it's basic oil processing and then there's your product. There's a little thing right there. Perhaps when you're searching petroleum, that should come up for idiots like me, basically. You know, we got a noise in the ear from X Dexter, resubscribing for 2 months in a row, saying "I love you, Pikachu," or "I love Pikachu." Even. I mean, Pikachu's pretty adorable. I've got nothing against Pikachu, but yeah, I don't know. Thank you so much for your support. As you can see, I'm clearly deeply engaged in thought of trying to figure out where on earth that thing was, and now that I found it, we can know what we're doing. So we're making these first of all. Oil refineries. So straight away I can think of a little problem with the way that I've laid these tanks out here. And I hate to remove stuff, so we won't. Let's go grab a pipe. Which, yep, there you go. Should have hundreds of them, I do. Just that to begin with. Oh, I'm also going to want to use underground belts, I think, a lot. Pipes, even. Right, so it's making all the stuff to make those things, which we actually have loads of lying around. We don't want to spend forever crafting them. Alright, so an oil refinery also requires water, which we'll have to pump and bring over here. Those are actually the outputs on that side. So I'd send my outputs up to the belt and then across, and they would be like their own little belting system. Okay, so I forgot about the water. We need an offshore pump. And then that will come simply across from this side here. So maybe it'd be a good idea to get one of these pipes in preparation now. We are going to need our underground pipe. Where did it go? Didn't I? Maybe I cancelled it? Oh, there it is. I've just gone blind. I've just gone blind, peeps. That's all that's happening here. Okay, so we'll have it over there, and can it go even further? It can't, so as far as it can go. And do you know what? I think I might just lay the pipe down like this. So if ever I'm driving or I'm trying to get through this area, there's not a big pipe in my way. Also, can you put water into those barrels? You can. I like the idea of maybe us creating a system where we use barrels to move absolutely everything around. I've got an itch of an idea that could be interesting. It would definitely be more difficult, so I'll probably have to think about it when I'm not streaming a lot. But for now, everything we're doing is relatively simple. Okay, so we'll put you there and have a couple of pipes like that. Except you don't want to go there, fine. And then we need to put that here. Okay, so we've got water heading over there now. X, there is no reason to split one belt into 4. You would use the balancer to make sure all the belts are equal. So, say you take one from the top, it allows you to get the bottom free to fill. Yeah, no, I understand that entirely. The idea is that eventually we would have 4 full inputs coming in here. If ever one of those inputs is lacking, this thing would make sure that they get evenly distributed. The other thing I've noticed though, it's all well and fair doing that, but so far what I've done is I've taken them all off the same belt, so maybe further down the line we start taking them off of the middle belts. I mean, very, very new to this. I know that you need a lot of electronic circuits, and it's good to have 2 belts of that. But hopefully we'll get there and we'll figure out how to play on this scale. Okay, so if we're going to need... This was probably a bad idea to put these in already. Should have thought it through a bit more first. Let's get you going to around here. Nope. Oh, jeez. I actually want those in my inventory. Okay, I need to make a few more of those. So, let's think about this again, right? We could have... We can't really have our pipes overlapping at this point. So I think what we need is a space like that. Let's say we start there. We may have made it a little bit tight for ourselves. Let's move it up by 1. Also, should we put a gap of 1 in between each? Because they're going to need power. And probably be able to find the power elsewhere. And we're apparently making 5 of this. This can also extend downwards. And if we needed to extend it downwards, this would be too close. So on those grounds, I'm going to give it a little bit more space. In fact, I think we'll try and make it so that we can line this up so it can go both up and down. Right, now we've got 2 input pipes. And if I shift right click, left click, we'll be able to see, it wants crude oil on all of them, that's not right. Wait, I thought it wanted water. Oh, the advanced was water. Well, let's go check that out quickly. Oh, jeez, I've got the wrong idea in my head, but it's kind of not terrible. Let's check it out. What one was it? Let's type in petroleum. Okay, so advanced will require water as well, and we still get the same free materials. So we don't have to particularly change our setup, it's just prepared. So here's what I'm thinking. One of these is going to go... It's actually going to be kind of tricky to get them working that way. X, have you played it before these 3 days, says XMTNT? I have, yes I have. I have indeed. So maybe we do need space in between each of the buildings. That might just be the easiest way to look at this. Okay, so if I start off by building what it was that I have in mind, which is to have something like that, and then again here. Okay, does this allow me to walk around stuff very much? I'm not sure if it does, but it stops the pipes from overlapping because they don't connect. So then we take one of those. So if it were there, I think actually I can see it working. Now I couldn't see it working before. So water, and then the other one, and then that one's going to do the same thing right there. Huh, okay, there was room for it. Just sort of looked to me like there wasn't. Okay, so this one would be water, and that one would be crude oil, right? So water on that line, crude oil on this one, and it's actually going to be very difficult to walk around this thing. So I think what we'll do is we'll separate them so that we can walk around it. And that should be our layout right there. We can't walk around this bit here very easy though, can we? So maybe I should move it out like another 2 blocks, or let's go 3 so that I can put a little gap in there. Okay, but that's pretty much our layout now. I know what we're doing. So just keep going to those bits. That's not necessary at this point in time. Okay, they're not necessary, and therefore that should just be a little something going to that one. Cool. This one here is going to come out by 1 to that spot. It's then going to have that connection and another one going up. Sweet, we actually don't need that there, so we won't bother. 2 and 1, 2 and 1. Okay, 2, 1. Everything has petroleum and water going to it. We only need petroleum for now, but isn't that pretty cool? Neat, says Andrew Awesome. It is neat, isn't it? X, look on the output side. Yes, we'll get to the outputs soon. Soon we will get there. Okay, you can see all the crude oils going in. So the water doesn't disrupt, we can walk around, that's great. We can walk through this bit, we can walk through that bit there. That's very nice. You can use the underground pipes, yup, to keep them adjacent, says Ario. That's what we've done. This is the best for relaxing, says Trixayan. Awesome. Get yo relaxation on. Right, let's go back to those pipes. We're so going to need more of them, so I'll make another couple. We're up to 36. Let's keep the number high. Okay. In the spirit of being able to walk around here, things are a little bit tighter, I've just realised. It's alright being able to walk through there. We won't be able to do the same thing in this space, I think. No, we won't. So we will actually do that, which is a bit of a waste. If I'd have thought about this side first, then we wouldn't have had to have done this. But it's fine. Like, one of the things about this game is that you are in a big world with lots and lots of space, and you do seem to have just an endless amount of resources. So little things like this probably don't matter as much as you might think. Okay, so like we did before, we're going to move petroleum down on this line. And then it will go to where the next one would be, which is there, I think, if we were to expand it. Okay, then we want regular pipes in between. Next time we're going to have 2 regular pipes, and the next time after that we're going to have 3. And remember, all of this is like modular and expandable, which is important. Okay, so back to these ones. Definitely need more of those. Okay, where are we going to start? This is entirely unwalkable. Even though I've added that little gap, I've just realised that this is entirely unwalkable on this side. So, don't really know what to make of that. Let's hope it doesn't become a problem. Guess we can walk in here and, yeah. Trixayan says, it's ironic, I really binged a lot of Factorio while watching you play Minecraft here the other day. I started up a new Minecraft world to take a look at the aquatic update, and suddenly you play Factorio. It's like roles have reversed all of a sudden, right? The roles have reversed. Now if I put that there, you can walk through those, which I like. So now we can power everything. And I think what we'll do is put a big power cable down here. Sort of out of the way. And, oh, they're actually making it already, aren't they? They've gone straight into making it. There we go, we've got all the materials in the pipes on the opposite side. That's cool. Now we need some tanks, some big old tanks. We got none, because we desperately need some water. Some iron, and I think I took apart our pipe assembly area. Wait, what button is it again? F. Okay, let's see how many you can make now. Make 10 of those. Probably going to need some more pipes, actually, now that I think about it. Get a bunch of those going. Now, what I can't do is actually put them side by side like that. What I should probably do is stagger these as much as I can. How many gaps have I got there? 2. Okay, let's say we go for the maximum. This one has a gap of 1, 2, 3. And then it's there, and then 1, 2, 3. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. Put that one there. Right, then I can put them like this, and they can go out side by side. But they also touch when we do that. So maybe we give it a space of 1 there and 1, 2 there, which means can't. Oh, you can actually walk. Whoa. Okay, you can't go that way, but you can go this way. That's kind of lucky for us. So we can actually walk in and out of those little things there. That's good. Okay, so now if I do that, that, and that, we can stack them side by side. Sweet! How cool is that? And we can walk through the gap here. How cool is that? We are doing good today, right? We are setting up the oil. We are storing the oil. We are making progress. We are organised. We are not derping. Delicious spaghetti, says Badger Spanner. Are you eating or are you talking about my building? Hopeless for Life says, what we'll do when people do when the iron or other resources run out? We will go mine more with our trains. That's what we will do. Okay, next thing to do is to set up a couple more belts here, and then we'll have that gap of 2 again, But then we're going to start with some belts for these materials. This is where I think using the barrels would have been far more interesting, and I'm really quite tempted to actually do the barrels for a lot of this stuff now because it just seems really cool. We'll line up our first material that we're going to take out of here, so it will go there, and then it can start to go in that direction to wherever we may need it. Okay, so this means the petroleum can go upwards around here, and we can start using it to create something. That something will be, I believe, is it sulfur first or plastic? Petroleum gas and coal made inside of a fancy dancy looking machine, which requires a lot of it requires a lot of stuff we have lying around on belts. We should in fact expand this all the way over here, because we're now working in this area. Alright, I'm going to eat all of these. Very good. Going to eat some of that. And then going to eat a lot of this. Okay, that means we should be able to make them a bit quicker. Right, let's get 5 of those, and then prepare to set them up top, same way we've done before. So we're going to have a gap of 2 here. I don't know what the fate of this is. Also, I think these are sort of facing the wrong direction, because we need to use them for other things later on. So they might come down to our belt system, but we'll leave a gap of 2. And so somewhere around here is where we're going to start building this next system. By the way, we've got noises in the ear. Bibab Buzzleman has subscribed. Thank you ever so much for your subscription. I appreciate it. And British Nick has subscribed as well. Thank you ever so much. No blue belts, says Demon 2. We're not that far into it, really. We'll be ready for red belts this stream, I think. Delicious tea. Geeky Mountaineer says, hey X, I just stayed up until 1 AM last night watching your previous stream replays, and I just got up and went to check if you were live. I guess it's my lucky day. Best streams I've ever seen. Wow. It's cool to see a different, more relaxed you. Thank you for the nice message, man. Glad you enjoyed staying up and watching the streams. Glad to have you with us here live today. Time says, why aren't you researching anything? Great question. We can't research anything. We've got to make those blue potions. That's why we're doing all the next steps and stages to get blue potions underway. So we have made our chemical plants, are they called? Yes, they are. And they have inputs like this. Now we can input with an inserter as well. So we need both a pipe and a belt to share the same area. There might be a way to use underground belts and pipes to kind of get them interlocking so they use up less space, which I think would be cool, because otherwise we're going to use long-handed inserters. So let's give this one the recipe that we want, which is plastics. And then let's try first of all to have them side by side. So they're going to go up like that. We've left a fair bit of space below in case we ever need to wiggle belts and stuff around, so that's good. Petroleum can go in, so petroleum will come from there. And oh, it kind of looks like... No, there wouldn't be any space. So we'd have to space these out one by one, which is fine. We can then put how we power them in between, right? And that allows them to put inserters on either side. So that's really good. Let's get the chemical plant again. Let's put our power in between. Okay, and then we put some pipes in. And then we put some inserters down. Look at that. That's a tidy little layout right there, if you ask me. Tidy little layout. Now we need a belt. Oh, wait a minute. I'm an idiot. I had an idea that was quite clever, actually. But now I realise, well, maybe I can adapt. Nah, I'd have to space these out even more. Okay, so let me tell you my thinking. I thought we were going to do something like this. That's the wrong way to do that. I thought we were going to have little groups of these, except in between them we would put these, right? And then they take it out the side. Thing is, we would have to push this back by 1 block in order for the inserter to be back by 1 block, and actually this entire time the inserter would have been fine like this. So what I'm going to do is shift everything over by 1 block, and then we actually have a belt and a pipe alongside. You see, what I didn't think of there is that the space in which the inserter occupies is the space where the pipe goes. I was thinking of the pipe like it was basically another belt, so we can shimmy all of this over pretty easily. Claybear Gaming says, love the stream, the latest stream time X since I live on the USA West Coast. Cool, good to know. I mean, whenever I stream, I'm going to hit different people based on what time zone it is. So, in my mind, variety is probably the best thing. But today, you know, I don't really like plan anything too much in advance anymore. I just do it, you know, by ear on the day, and it just so happened that this felt like the right time to do a stream. By the way, I'm standing again, and we're at 45 minutes, so we'll have our eye break soon, and I will cease to stand after that. Okay, right, now what we've got to do is run coal up to here. So if we just copy what we got going on over on this side, over and over again, we can get all of that in place. Then it's level with that one. And then we don't have one here, that's fine. Okay, but what we're putting on it is coal. So we'll have that there. That being said, I could actually make that a little bit neater, couldn't I? It just needs to turn like that. Actually, I kind of like leaving a little bit more space at least with those things. So that goes there. We'll put the splitter where it currently is. Alright, up goes the coal. These things are all out to here. And we're just waiting on the next thing, which is this. So we're going to go like so. No. Wait. To there, and then as far as it goes this way, so we'll have to stop it in the middle. It's one short there. Oh, look at that, I'm over by 1. That's, you know, that's not a problem really. Sweet, alright, I think we're officially making plastic now. We've got the materials coming up here. You're not, oh, you haven't got the recipe yet. You haven't got the recipe. Shift right click, shift left click. If I say it out loud, I think it helps me remember. Right, wasn't that sweet? We got that set up pretty quick. Steve Van Brussel says, to try. Hi, Asuma and viewers. Happy New Year this year. Thank you, Steve. Hope you have a good one too. We got Get Salty says, what about a setup reveal, or you're too scared to show your face? I'm not trying to be mean. I'm terrified of showing my face if there's a little bit of a reflection in it on some sort of shiny surface that my computer has. I'll be forever mortified. Actually, the real reason I didn't do a setup is I did a setup reveal, if you want to call it that, when I moved out. And then I got all my stuff set up in here, and I kind of felt like doing the same thing again. Just share it when I go, which will be a few more years, but I might do one. I don't know. I definitely will if I leave. So it'll happen some point between now and when I leave, and most likely when I leave. Badger says, had to reset the router or the router. I don't know. Is it router or router, peeps? Questions. Pony says, Asuma is secretly a vampire. We can't see him on camera, and he doesn't have reflections anyway. These crazy theories the peeps come up with, I tell you. Now, I had a plan earlier in the stream to actually jiggle the red through this area and make the next one science. And I think we will stick to that plan. So we're going to... yeah, you can see there's a bit of a problem here. Alright. Oh, and then there's a problem with that one. No, wait. Okay, that'll do. Yeah, so that belt will go through there. This belt keeps coming this way. And then we have our third belt. However, we're about to make another science, and I would like the science ones to be buddies, you know, I'd like them to be side by side, so what we'll actually do is put that there. Okay, because the next thing we're going to make is literally made from plastics. That being said, don't we have to make something else? Oh goodness me, we have to make a lot of other things. So it won't be there straight away. So thanks a lot, says, I think X is from Australia, and as we all know, the internet in Australia doesn't exist either. So neither does X. That Australian internet and its non-existence. Nichols says, I'm going to play Factorio while I watch. I think one of the problems with Australian internet might just be how isolated it is from other parts of the world. Especially if you think that America is like, you know, a big sort of centre of world media. You know, the UK has probably quite a lot of pipelines just going through the Atlantic, the northern part of it, which is a little bit more direct than you might think, because the globe is kind of, you know, a sphere. And perhaps Australia is quite isolated from having key connections, but I don't know how far it is from Australia to the States, but I've got a feeling it's like a 10-hour flight or something across the Pacific Ocean, which is a humongous ocean. Anyway, enough about oceans. We're making plastic. We've got to make these next. Copper cables, which we've got to make on site. Okay, we've got to do some mathematics here. So we're making copper cables on site, and we need 4. Isn't the recipe for them 3? Let's go check it out. So it's 0.5 to get 2. So one machine will make the amount that we need in 1 craft, and this takes 6. So it's very likely we just need 1 machine for 3 of these. That sounds right. So 1 for every 3. Then we need to feed it with electronic circuits and plastic bars. So 1 for every 3. And I think this system we're going to make with some of these things. So let's get lots of these going. They are going to want copious amounts of these. And lots of those. And we'll pick some of that up as well. And somehow we still don't... What are we short on here? Do I just need to get more of this stuff? Okay, that's better. I think it was the iron plates that were doing it. Yeah, it was the iron plates. Wow, I've made a redonkulous amount of these without realising it. By the way, something is happening. There may be quite a few noises in your ear. Also, Zistu watching. Jeez. Zistu's just been gifted a sub from Quirin1999. Zistu, how you doing, buddy? I really enjoyed watching your Factorio series. Love this game. Very happy to be playing it again. Great decision. I didn't want to play this game again because I had a feeling I'd be terrible at it on stream. And because I got to play it with my dad over Christmas, I realised, oh, actually, I'm quite comfortable with like a lot of the basic concepts, and I can definitely do something on stream. Zistu is here saying, hey, who de-lurked me? There you go. You've been given a sub by Quirin199. I believe it was just random because there are 5 gifted subs. So if you hear your name being read out, we've got Cool Doozy, Vac69, Troz Games, and Morg Anvar, all being gifted subs by Quirin. So Quirin, thank you so much for supporting the community. And if you heard your name being read out, you should be able to put some emotes in the chat now. Yeah, guys, if you don't know who Zistu is, he's a legendary Minecrafter, one of the Minecraft crew, and he did a really great series of Factorio. If you want to learn the basics of the game and even all the advanced stuff, he's someone to go watch for sure. I mean, what you're watching right here, this is a derp factory, okay? We're producing derps here. That's what you got to realise. This ain't no professional Factorio. Okay. I don't know why I'm bringing these over. I'm getting all sorts of distracted now. We were doing math, okay? Somewhere over here, we're going to start a new little setup. The plastic is going to, yeah, just be where it is. Alright, so let's try and get back on track here. That one right there. So we said that 1 copper cable crafter would support 3 of these. I'm wondering, is there a scenario in which we can lay it out. So one would actually reach 3 without doing something 3-dimensional. But it might end up being that a 3-dimensional layout is possible here, which is something we haven't done. We've kind of used a 2-dimensional. Oh, is it 1-dimensional? How would you describe this actually? It's sort of 1-dimensional because it just goes like this. Yeah, so this would be more of a 2-dimensional layout because now we're going to start to maybe wiggle the belts around. I'm not sure. Who is doing math, says Sir Thanks a Lot. I said math. Jeez. Math is bad. Just throw some down anywhere. Might be the better way to go about it. Who knows? I like the idea of doing something just a little different from what we've done elsewhere so far. So that would be copper. Copper would need a belt. I should have done this a little further over because if we end up building this here, it's already kind of too close to that. So copper comes up here, goes into there. We've got to distribute that to 3 different places, for which I don't really want to use a belt. Then it's got to pick up some other materials, which are plastic and electronic circuits. They will be combined onto one belt because they have the equal amount of ingredients. We then need an output belt somewhere as well. So it looks like this is going to get complicated. So if we were to use a belt for the copper wires, that would require some long-handed inserter stuff going on. What if we had... Any ideas in chat? Has anyone done this before? Let's get some suggestions from chat. Otherwise, I'm probably just going to simplify this and do it like before. Because... Actually, an idea just popped into my head. So we'd want that there. Dum-dum, dum-dum. The old dum-dum. Yeah, I've kind of got half an idea brewing now. Half an idea. Okay, let's say we want that. Okay, this actually I might be onto something here. It's probably not going to be compact. One thing to keep in mind. You see that right there could, in theory, take one of those things and split it out to 3. Put the cables on a belt and have 2 belts on each side of the assembler. 2 inserters to feed the 3rd thing. Use Zistu's Factorio spreadsheet for all the math. What's the Factorio spreadsheet? I remember Zistu mentioning that there were spreadsheets to calculate stuff. I'm not that deep into the game yet, but I'd like to. 1 pipe machine can supply 5 motor machines. What's a pipe machine? 1 gear can supply 10 motor. 5 belts in the middle. That sounds weird. 5 belts in the middle. I'm also playing Factorio also now, but I'm still new to this. I don't know how to automate Science 3 yet, says Killer B. Killer B, Science 3 is the total thing that we are doing this stream. So let's say you just tuned in, which I've got a thing you might have done. The replay will be put on my 2nd channel on YouTube, and you'll see how we did all of this. We brought crude oil over, put it through this little setup, sent it up here. Now we're literally doing number 3. Apparently 1 copper cable can feed 6 red circuit stations. That's because it takes half the craft speed, right? It's half the craft speed. 1 to 6. So what if we had... I'm thinking like 3 and 3 and 1 in the middle, but... Is there a clever way? Yes, there is. There is a way to do this. Okay, now this got really interesting. If the math says actually 1 to 6, we should be able to do that. And then getting the things out of there is going to be done entirely differently. I can already see the disadvantages to this though. Look, we can have, it needs to be a little bit closer or long-handed. Okay, let's just do this the simple way, you know. Would be nice to do that. Maybe this isn't the best time to do it, right? Because the other thing is, like, where does the output go? Wait a minute. The output can go... So if we had a belt feeding in to the top, it could use a splitter to go across. Then we could, if we have if we find a way to make that thing work. What was the problem with it? It was... So if that's a long-handed one, then you can have... Underground, would they fit? Underground belt would... Yeah, but then that one doesn't get to it. Okay, so, yeah. Well, alright, I've tried to do something different. So, as per usual, we're going to put our input over here on the right-hand side. We're going to leave a gap of 2. 1 and 2. Except we need to make the copper and put it on a extra cable. So that extra cable will be the long-handed one, because the long-handed is slower. And it has to pick up less ingredients. So it's that line right there that is going to need to have the 2 split things on it, I think. No. Oh, we need one for copper in here as well. Apparently it's time for an eye break. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to look away from your screen. That's right, the streamer is encouraging you not to watch. Do you even believe what you're hearing right now? You probably don't, but it's just one of the things we do here on this stream, and I can't read out the noise in here because I'm not looking at the screen. I'm actually adjusting my standing desk. We stood for an hour. It's good to stand for a bit every day. Now I'm going to sit down. But yeah, time to give your eyes a break while I literally do nothing and talk to you about doing nothing. Quality entertainment, peeps. Ugh, let's try and do that a bit faster. I can also think about Factorio, even if I'm not playing it. I think what we're going to end up doing is basically having like a double line of assembly machines, but the first line will have far less because it will be doing copper cables. So the first belt I'm going to send up will actually be copper, and we'll just have to do it that way. Yay! Right, we reached the bottom, adjusting it again slightly. Oh, there's my chair. Humbly B says Asuma cares. Asuma cares about your eyes. I do. Otherwise, how would you be able to watch? How would you be able to watch? Sniper 1974 has resubscribed for 33 months in a row. Thank you ever so much, my friend. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. Asuma, which game do you like more, Minecraft or Factorio? Definitely Minecraft. There really isn't any question there. But Factorio is a equally special game. Anyway, right, let's do this, y'all. We've messed about. We definitely messed about. We've got plenty of messing about going on. Now we need to not mess about and build a factory. Right, come with me. I just had a really weird sort of brainwave. Possibly? Do you remember earlier we talked about how this splitter here only takes off the top belt? Well, every time we have one of those, if we did that, wouldn't it move it from any part of the belt that had the means, you know, had the iron coming in? It would just shift it over to where it's needed if it's backed up in front of it. So, what is that about? What is that right there? I do not know. Wasn't that a cheeky way to try and give it more priority at some point? I don't know if that actually makes any sense, but I'm going to do it, and later on we might find out. I also need to make more splitters now, don't I? There we go, making the splitters, making that happen. Right, so we can send up some full copper in this direction. Got to remember to press Q as well. So the copper will go up there. Am I really out of belts again? Jeez, I get through so many belts in this stream, don't I? Jinx Honey says, can't wait until my new glasses come in. It will make being here so much easier. I'm assuming you mean focusing on the screen. You know, important thing about looking at a screen, because you know old X doing his research and stuff, the distance from a screen is quite important. If I remember correctly, if you hold out your arm and you can just about touch the screen, which I can't, so I need to shuffle forward a little bit, then you are the correct distance from a screen when sitting at a desk for actually viewing it. in terms of how your eyes focus and what is healthy. Okay, let's leave 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, about that much. Okay, that is then going to fuel 6 on the opposite side. However, it's going to put them on that belt, and then that belt is for the other materials coming through, and then this is for the next thing, and it's going to do 6 of them, right? Is what we've learned. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the next one will be in line with that. And 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. Let's see how that does. We got a noise in the ear. It's Sweeney Dunstan here, resubscribing for 12 months in a row, saying keep up. That's a Goldie face in chat right there, saying keep up the great work and thank you for all your inspiration over the years. No problem, Sweeney. Thank you ever so much for the resubscription and a raid as well. Apparently there's a raid happening right now. Sweeney's raiding me. Jeez. Thank you for the raid, buddy. You miss Factory, says Loke Force. You know, when it comes to playing games, unless I'm entertaining all of y'all or it's something that I'm really into, like Factorio, I really don't like to get too into games, right? Because they take time and makes me think I should be doing different things with my time. But that's a game that I could definitely, if I had an excuse to play again, you know, maybe they added like an expansion pack for idiots like me who can't do the hard levels, then I would be totally into that. But I wouldn't want to play it again just for fun. I think like I had my fun playing it on YouTube and that was awesome, but just, I don't know, indulging in any sort of game when it's not going towards something like this just makes me feel like I'm wasting my time. And I mean that in a what type of way do I mean that in? I don't know how to describe it really. I just feel like I need to be creating something most of the time, you know, and computer games don't always scratch that itch when you play them by yourself. There we go. Right, I was wondering, why is it that they are not like being powered, but it's because of course we're not bringing the power across yet. So we'll put you there and that'll do the trick. And then we'll have to put another one in line all the way up here. Sweet. And everything is kind of covered. Satisfactory looks good. Still waiting for my key, says Cuppa Joe. A key? I read up on that game and it is not even released yet. And they don't even have plans to release it. I think it's just like, you know, they're demoing it, creating a little bit of hype. If you brought a key somewhere, it might be that you've been scammed. Because I saw the game and I was like, oh, I want to get that, and oh, wait a minute, you can't get it. Okay, so we need to put something on this belt. It is plastic bars and electronic circuits. Guess where the plastic is? It's right next to where we're working. That's fantastic. We will split that. Oh, and I learned something else today, by the way, peeps. And I will show you it in just a second. So, we can turn that upwards. Create our underground thing. Except, technically, you should actually go one further, right? Which would actually kind of spoil my little plan here. Or maybe it won't. If I do that... No, that's wrong. If I do that... Yes, it can then shift onto that without it connecting. So our next one will connect to that. Very nice. So now we have those on a belt together. That's fantastic. You can start doing a job for us. Which is, I've got a feeling I might have made a slight mistake here now that I think about it. That one right there. Long-handed inserter might have a bit of trouble grabbing because it's on. Maybe we should swap that now before it becomes a problem. And then I got to swap it for all of them, right? Because of neatness. Even though I really don't need to swap it anywhere else. That's just the way we roll. Good stuff. Cupboard Joe says, yeah, sign up to their site, do a little survey, you're entered for an alpha key. Oh, right, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, yeah. You don't get one. You'll potentially get one whenever they decide they want to release the game, which they haven't done yet. So if you're waiting for a key, you may be waiting for like a year, you know. It's not like it's around the corner. Okay, so that is what we're making. Shift right click, shift left click. We can even drag that, which is amazing. This one right here is going to make some of the old copper cables. It might be a smart idea to put a splitter down here, just because we can store more in reserve. Like, if we've balanced it correctly, that's cool, but even better, if it can stockpile some, then that's... Oh, apparently we're getting Zango raided. Welcome, Zango raiders. Zango. Who is Zango? I mean, I can't think of anyone whose name has a Z in it, first of all, or an Ango. Like, who would call themselves Ango? You know, that's kind of a weird name. Of course, there's Tango Tack on the Hermitcraft server. That's not quite the same, is it? And then there's Exaf, who stole the X from my name. Okay, I'm trying to be funny. It's probably not that funny. welcome everyone. Welcome all the Zango raiders. I know that Tango and Impulse played this game. I'm not sure if they played it with Zedaf. I'm sure Zedaf would like this game as well. So I know some of you coming over have seen Factorio before. This game is awesome. And I know you're coming over after watching a Minecraft stream, because I was checking out what they were up to on the Hermitcraft server earlier. Doing stuff in the Nether by the looks of it. So, oh, apparently Zed did play it as well. Awesome. Zango and Tedaf says you may. Brilliant. I like it. Well, welcome everyone. Here I am streaming a different game, so hopefully you'll enjoy it if you choose to stick around. I am streaming every day for the month of January, if I can. I'm not going to put super duper pressure on myself or anything. Oh my god, did I do a derp? Oh, they're facing the wrong way. I had a little bit of a heart sink where I was like, oh no, it's all wrong. I've done this terribly wrong. But no, we're good. We're good. Nice, right. Let's see if that works then. Oh my goodness me, we're making the red ones now. So remember, this one's going to be science. The next one's going to be a different science. Oh, wait a minute. There's something really odd here. It's supposed to be like a gap of 4 there. Maybe we could just shimmy our belts up a little bit and then have our red ones alongside these ones. People are putting derps in. Wait, what are you on about? Apparently I missed one of the... That's not a derp. Missing one of them isn't a derp. Look at you derp fiends in chat. Going crazy there. There we go. Thanks for pointing that out, peeps. Okay, so the copper doesn't... Well, there's a bit of a build-up up here. The question is, does that one supply it to all of these in time? Kind of looks like it doesn't. Now, one of the things that could be causing that is potentially the speed of this thing. So let's go ahead and ruin everything and put 3 of those there instead. Okay, like that, and you know... Oh, that's actually probably a really important thing. Do all of them work at once, or could 2 of them do that job? I don't care, we'll leave 3 of them there. That's oh, that means we need that up here as well. Of course, of course. And up here they can only go on one side of the track, so we'll probably put another one of those. Not sure that it's the perfect thing to do, but it may just help. This is probably going to get super duper backed up now, right? Yeah, it's starting to proper back up here. Okay, that is totally going to back up, I reckon. Nice. None of them are getting picked up. It's backing up. It's backing up. Sweet. Okay, well that's awesome then. We've definitely done a good job there. 12 of those. That's fantastic. I guess what we want here is a little something to put them on both sides of the belt, and then figure out where this is going to go. How many belts of the red ones do we need, peeps? What's your opinion? 2K19 of Doom says, why was that splitter there? To put it on both sides of the belt, it basically makes this... Oh, do you know what? It doesn't do a perfect job, though. I still haven't entirely figured this out. I think you actually need splitters on both sides of the belt to make it properly swap them around. What if you just had 2 splitters, like one after the other? Wouldn't that sort of do the same job? Of just finding which side it needs to go on? Because it's gonna act like storage in a way, and then it's going... there might be some truth to that. And it's eventually gonna output whatever comes in the space. That actually seems to be the way to do it. Huh. It may not be a perfect... Oh no, wait. Is it now all getting stuck on that side? No, it's not the way. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll shut up now, okay? Ignore me. Right, and also I'm going to dump some things in here. Just because I can. Right, okay. How many belts for the red ones, peeps? How many belts for the red ones? We got noises in the ear. Jolly man can. Jolly man can. The jolly man can indeed. Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the stream. Turk Anil is here subscribing as well. Thank you to the both of you for your subscriptions. I appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the stream. We got someone saying 2. Someone saying 79. 2 again. 1 will be enough, says Surprise Tolpa. One belt for the reds. You can make the belt faster later. Some people say 2, some people say 1. I'm going to do 1, and we'll save the next one for the blue belts. So what we're going to do here is actually shimmy things around. So we've got our 2 here. I was supposed to do it so it was a bit different. So that one's going to be blue, and this one here will be red. So it's going to come from up there. And since the blue hasn't been made yet, we'll leave that space alone. Okay, and then we have these belts which we're going to shimmy. Where do you go in? There? So in this space here, we'll have them go 1, 2, like that. Oh, and remember, peeps, we're supposed to build our little area for inserters today, so those will get used. Both of those will, very soon. Okay, it's a little bit strange to do it like that, but that's how we've done it. And now we can start to back up all of this stuff. Sweet! It's looking great. Sweeney Dunstan says Goldie Face hype. That's right, you got a Goldie Face there. Razus says, thanks for introducing me to this game. I'm now sitting at my PC for 2 days trying to start without a tutorial. Well done, EvilX. If you play this game without tutorials, you'll probably just, like most games, I guess, probably learn things slower. But if there's ever a game that has a lot of learning, it's this one. I've heard people describe it as a steep learning curve. I kind of look at it more like a... Oh, we've missed something here, by the way. I look at it more like a... I don't know. To me, it feels more like a sort of unending learning curve, but not steep. Just one where you can always figure out another way to do this thing, right? Yeah, we made a little bit of a mistake here. Looks like there's actually a little bit of space here to rectify this problem. So if I bring you down and say you're part of this, for the sake of those things being there, let's go put you there. Oh, and then we've got our plastics. So this wasn't the place to actually do the little curve, was it? Alright, well, we're going to have to back up a lot of this and try again, basically. So you will have to go from there to there. That's good. And we're going to have to get those other ones. So we've already got the group of 4 that is this 4 here. So we'll go to there. There might be a bit of a... Actually, I don't think there is going to be a problem. Right. Now that we've got them up to there, we want to start to shimmy them. But we need a little bit of space first, just so it doesn't look too awful. Oh, don't we actually need to do that twice? I think that's about right. Oh, this is so weird. We should... Oh, wasn't I going to reserve that one for the other science? I was, wasn't I? That was going to be reserved for the other science. Well, science is separated now. I can't be bothered. This has already gotten a little bit complicated where we've missed a step or two. That's something. You don't want to work in this area because those things are in the way, is basically what's going on. Well, let's go back and sort out our science then. So this one should be rather easy because all we've got to do is put it on that side. So in goes that science. Well done, me. That was easy. Well done. Right, get rid of those because that was all temporary. And then we've got to find a way for the red one. The red one's going to go down into this space and then pop its head up there, I think. So this will actually reverse direction. And we'll swap those around. Where is the music for them to shimmy, says 2K19 of Doom. We've got the Factorio music on, which kind of comes on and off intermittently. I'd like it if it was a bit more consistent, but I think it's nice the way it just pops in and out. Oh, whoa, whoa. You need to go... Well, potentially we could... What side of the track are you on? You're on the wrong side if you go straight in. So it is literally going to be a wiggle here. Oh, no, that don't work either. How do I get them onto that side? Do you know, it's actually really quite simple. You just break this belt instead. Okay, done. Oh, this is a joke. Right. Now what we're going to do is take out all of these and go to the one that's at the very back, which is the one that will be busiest for the longest usually, and start putting these things in here so they can get taken out. Okay, now they're sort of stockpiled for future use, and same over here as well. Alright, cool, that takes care of that. We got a noise in the ear from Mon PJC, resubscribed for 3 months in a row, tier 3 subscriber, saying, "Hi X, loving the daily streams and Factorio. Have a good stream, buddy." Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Hope you're sticking around and hanging out with us. We need a spaghetti emote for this playthrough, says TikTok. I believe that is correct. That is something that we need. It would appear. Viper Sniper says, "Assuming you can press 1 to 9 to select items without the hassle of mouth movement." Yeah, I need to remember more of those keys, right? Need to remember more of it. Apparently we got 666 viewers. Jeez. Demonic. Jinx Honey says, "I love watching you play X." Wait, hang on. "I love watching you play X. Watching you work out how to do stuff is great." Cool. It took me a second to read that. Was that great, watching me figure out how to read that sentence? Riveting entertainment, wasn't it? Riveting. Okay, so those things go over there. Wonderful. We now need to make these science packs. So we've got to make electric mining drills, which I wish I'd have put on the same line as these engines. What are they made from? If they were made from the same materials, we could have done something clever with the belts. When you got something like this here, it would have been good to have known that if I'd have moved this somewhere else, I could have built something with the same input here, but that doesn't matter. We got Resting Griffin resubscribing for 10 months in a row. Thank you ever so much for your support, buddy. I appreciate it. The opposite in chat says this is game free. It is not free, but it is worth every penny. And we also have Ambrosius 8900 subscribing with Amazon Prime. And Demian2 is also here subscribing with the Prime. Thank you for using your Prime subscriptions on me, peeps. What's that on the screen? That's right, you can use Amazon Prime to subscribe to someone on Twitch. I learned today that the A points to the Z in the Amazon logo. A to Z, everything, right? Bit of subliminals going on there. Jeez, whatever. No one cares. Nano Fox has subscribed with Amazon Prime. Thank you ever so much for using the Prime subscription on me. I appreciate that. And I hope you're enjoying the stream. Gekken says, are you playing with biters on? Tip, use more labs for faster research. I'm playing with them off. I wanted to do peaceful because I don't particularly enjoy the distraction of all of the aliens while you're learning about the game. So, because I knew I'm streaming, I'm going to be talking, I'm going to be thinking and getting confused, I didn't want the added distraction, basically. You know, I didn't want to look like a fool. I didn't want to derp that much, basically. Alright? Is that okay? Is it okay if I don't look like a fool for once? So we need iron and gears and electronic circuits. 3 things. Which one do we need the most of? Let's do some calculation here. We're going to need iron the most by the looks of it. So iron will go on its own belt. Exclusive iron belt. That's what it's going to have. So let's say we start the belt just here. Do a little bit of underground business. In 2 places actually. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Have I not thought of doing it like that before? Oh, then again there's going to be that, but we'll put that further down the road. Okay, good so far. Good so far. Slight problem, sort of problem. Let's disconnect that for a second. Where do you need to be? There. Right, yeah, that's all I needed to do. Actually, if I'd have thought about it, I could have done it like this then. Right, and it'd still go on the side, so that can actually just be a normal belt. Wonderful stuff. Okay. So now we need our groups of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we got another noise in the ear, which I'll read in just a second. I'm deep in that concentration, peeps. Just in case you weren't aware. Actually, isn't that iron? Oh, but we also need this thing down. Oh, yeah, and iron's the dedicated one. Right. So, we need that. Ugh. Yep, and we run out. So we got a noise in the ear from Solakug. Solakug, I could potentially be butchering your name. Hopefully I'm not. Thank you so much for your Prime subscription. I appreciate that. I hope you're enjoying the stream we're doing here today. You know, I feel like we've done everything really smooth, but there was more that I thought we were going to get done. So, either way, I'm happy. I like it when we play this game and we make things happen and we don't get stuck, and that feels like what we did today. So I think today's been a really good stream so far. It could get even better, peeps. Who knows? Right, let's turn like that, and that should put it on the opposite side of the track. Then we're going to need a splitter somewhere around here. So if we want to have that to be compact, problem is it's not going to work that way. We've had this issue before, haven't we? And I spent a stupid amount of time trying to figure out what to do. And I think the easiest way is just that. Sometimes you just got to go around, and around we've gone. Okay, that is good. We've got all the things in the correct place, and we're ready to go. Sweet! What's going on in chat? Looks like there's some Wikipedia copy and pasting going on. How long do the streams last, says Andrew. This one today, probably 2.5 hours again. We'll see how we do, though. I should really drink some water and blink. Delicious. Delicious. And there's some more copy and pasting going on in chat. What is going on? I don't know. Right, now we're doing this to make the electric mining drill, and it needs to go onto that track there. I'm wondering if we could squeeze it in, having it go opposite, like that, and then your belt is here. There's not... Well, there might actually be room to do that. That's actually in the wrong spot. It needs to be there. But I could easily bring it over to here. Right, and if it did that and went underground, it could pop its head out. Excuse me. The problem is it needs to go on the other side, so it needs to stick its head out here and wiggle around, which is actually kind of quite easy, I think. Whoa! Okay, this looks like it's actually completely doable. Nice. That'll work then. Okay. A little bit different, but why not? We'll do it that way around. We'll use up some of this space that we've been wasting. Alright then, so bunch of those. Don't know how many we need, but we're going to do that many. And we set them all to electric mining drills. So we shift right click, shift left click. We have all of that going on now. Bring these belts all the way up. And then start doing some inserter business. Oh, look at that. There's a reason we put them around that way. Do you remember? Ah! Ah, does that mean let's just... Okay, I gotta rebuild it over by one. That's fine, that's fine. It happens. There was a reason we did it that way. Ugh, ugh, stuff! If I actually just... I can leave most of this in place if I just take it all from here. That's alright. Same for the other one, actually. Oh, actually, no, I need to take all of it off, not just some of it. Apparently we're still at 666 viewers. Thank you to all 666 here for staying possessed. Okay, that was a terrible joke. Terrible joke. Shut up, Asuma. Alright, this... staying possessed and staying here. That's what I was thinking of, but as I say it out loud, I realise that I should shut up sometimes. Okay, so now you're on the correct side again, right? Yep, there they go. Awesome. So then we'd have to do this thing all just moved over by one block. So let's get these things out of the way. You're going to go there. Going to point into... I think that's right. Going to point into that. Which has sort of overridden that one, hasn't it? Not a lot of hard work to shimmy this around now, is it? Not a lot of hard work at all. Right, I'm going to take all of that. Goodness me, there's a lot of it. Nice, and you apparently have some cogs here. That's because we've changed the layout a little bit. Right, so there's some cogs going up there. That is now where iron would go, and it doesn't have to do a shimmy around as well either. Right, I believe we have successfully fixed that little bit of a problem, wasn't it? Awesome. Bad jokes kill viewers, says Andrew. Well, apparently not, because we've still got 666 of them, you know. So I'm doing something right. Or something wrong, depends on your perspective. Are you using any mods, says Gek. I'm not using no mods. Random question, how many languages do you speak? I speak English and I speak derp. So none. I speak English, but not that well. Spidster, or Spidster, is here, resubscribing for 19 months in a row, saying, not seen any content since June, too busy to watch, and likely will continue to be so. Good to see you're still going. We'll continue to resub with Prime as long as it's a thing. Well, thank you for doing that, Spidster. I appreciate it, and you're always welcome here. If you're busy, I understand. You know, we all got lives and things to do. Don't always have time for watching videos, but I appreciate you continuing to support me, so thank you ever so much for that. And if you're here or not for a moment, I hope you enjoy it. Alright, let's get this thing hooked up, and it's actually ready to go right now, isn't it? So I hope I've got everything right. It's doing the business, and it is putting them on the far side of the track. Which isn't a problem, actually. Just kind of occurred to me that it would already be on the right side, but that's not the way it works. Alright, so we've got those two things in the same spot. Man, we are really getting through this. Really getting through this. X, have you tasted Surmstomming? No, I've never heard of that. Mick says, hey X, are you thinking about streaming with Facecam someday? Mick, we're not going to stream with Facecam today because we did it last time. So that's the rule here. You know, every other day. You don't want to see my face every day. So every other day works. Okay. Right, we got all the components for the next science pack, right? We indeed have all the components for the next science pack. Wonderful. Advanced circuits, engine units, and electric mining drills with no real one of each. So yeah, no real need to worry about aligning them up like we did here. It is just time to get those things onto belts, and actually I can see exactly how this is going to work. So we like to leave a gap of 2, don't we now? I think we do. So we'll have to remove... Actually, would that be there? I think it would be there. So then you would go over here. Right, that's in the right place, isn't it? We know where the next one goes. We don't need to have that line ready there yet, I guess. Okay, next one is going to go right alongside it, which means go back by 1. And... we're out of underground belts, really? And that's it. That was simple. Our hard work has paid off. This is great. We're going to do the science thing again soon, peeps. It's going to be a big old setup. Factorio is one of those games that I feel looks interesting, but I know not enough to be able to play it well. It's like Oxygen Not Included, says Bookgirl. Bookgirl Chells. Yes, this could definitely be the sort of game that you could understand watching, but when you go and play it yourself, it can be a bit puzzling. If you're good at, ironically, puzzle games, you're probably, I reckon, going to be a little better at this, because you need to think things through and figure stuff out a lot of the time, right? Okay, I don't know how many that was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's get it up to 8. Nice even number. And then we can start putting in our inserters. And we're out of long-handed inserters. Wonderful. And then the ones... Oh yeah, no, we need them on both sides. What am I on about? Okay, then that goes downwards. And now we need power. Power to the people. And one more at the bottom. So what did I do wrong? Just started it from the wrong spot. Oh well, it doesn't matter if it's sort of slightly odd or inefficient or different. Now we get to tell it what we want, which is science level 3. This is where things get crazy, peeps. So shift right click, shift left click, bleh. And we are making those science level 3s. And they are slow. What would you know? Now, we may start to see some serious backing up going on around now. As you can see with our circuits. By the way, we could potentially do this. We discussed this earlier. It might not actually be the best idea. It's sort of taking from our buffer now. So it will start to back up further back. Anyway, now we are putting demand on lots of things behind us to create the things in front of us. Wait, loads of people saying derp. Why is there a derp? Need more belts. But what's the derp? You missed the section of belts, X. I did? Oh yeah, at the top. Thanks for pointing that out. I'm doing so much construction, I missed a tiny little bit and they still call me a derp. I mean, look at this. This is magic right here, peeps. This isn't derping. This is some professional Factorio. We got a noise in the ear from Lauren Credible. I feel like it should be Lauren Incredible. You know, the way way the N is in front of the credible. Thank you so much for using your Prime subscription on me. I appreciate that, and I hope you enjoy the stream. Have a good time hanging out with us. Let's go grab that and put it like that one. Yep. Does that? No, that doesn't work straight away. Oh, actually, there's not a lot of. Hang on, let's walk that one back a little bit. There's not a lot of room there. Let's turn that one to the side, then have our splitter there, and then it can balance the belt, or just put it on both sides, basically. Alright, and there will actually be, hang on a second, the new belt line would start to, it would actually start there, so I might as well rejiggle that into the correct spot then, because that's actually where the new belt line is going to start. Sweet! Okay, now it's actually done, and I will give you all of those, so you can start putting them on the line. Actually, I should give it to one higher up. Okay, peeps. Now what do we got to do? Pay attention to what's going on everywhere, first of all. So electronic circuits are now in higher demand, which means we can go back. Oh, look, iron is in high. Hey, look, I think what we built earlier is clearly working. However, it does sort of take away iron from this bit here. But the thing is, if it gets backed up, you see, I'm not sure what to make of this. Perhaps what I should do, no. I'm not sure if we're like taking the resources away from it by having it work like it's currently working. But the thing is, if we didn't need the resources further down the line, they would back up to this point right here. So I think we're clearly slowing this down a little bit, but it seems to be keeping up. No, it doesn't. It's definitely in need of more iron here. So now our iron throughput isn't good enough. Let's actually check and make sure it's still full speed. It is pretty much full speed with... Let's see what's going on here. That's full up. So upgrading the belt speed is probably what's required in this little area. I can actually do that manually to begin with. Let's give that a little shot. Okay, so if where are the belts going? There they are. So maybe we can make this just a little bit nicer if we can get things going into this area over here a little bit faster. Which means basically upgrading quite a few of these, now that I think about it. Yeah, we definitely need more. Right, I need cogs. Let's go pick up some cogs, which are probably going to be short of because we're using all this iron. We haven't even started doing the research yet, by the way, peeps. When we start doing the research, things are going to change. We're going to see our system probably fall to its knees a little bit. And we're out again. Oh, it's making cogs. I thought I just picked up enough, but I didn't. Okay, that'll have to do for now. So as you can see, things are backing up. It is going to get slowed down every time we have a splitter. So we've got one there, one there, one there, and then I guess that one and that one for now. Next big problem is the underground belt. Oh, and it just does both. So that, in theory, might help some of this here unload a little bit quicker, and therefore we're bringing through a little bit more iron. And hopefully that makes its way over here, makes its way over there, etc. Okay, so where is all this stuff going? It's just making its way down here. It's filtering up on that one. It looks like it's just slowly starting to back up again, perhaps. There's some backup up here. Oh, look. Look at that. It should be making more of these. Right, now that will disappear again. And then this thing backs up, and so it stops taking stuff that gets made in front of it. Right, this system is not going to cope with the amount of research we're about to do. So we need to start automating red belts and looking at getting larger amounts of iron and stuff going into here, which probably means coming up with systems I haven't built before. It's going to be quite a crazy next step. So we will set up a temporary science area now, and we'll just put it in this space, or should we go downwards? I think we should probably put it down below. Yeah, let's put it down below. So, anywhere really, just over here, we're going to go like that. That'll give me enough room to put in a splitter. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can look at the arrows, can't I? Yeah, that's right. And then there's no more after that, right? No more belts. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, so a little bit of belt action there. I think we're going to start running out of stuff, basically. Yeah, we are low on belts. Let's go pick up some more. Sonny says another temporary one. Just make something not temporary. Well, every time we add a new potion type, we have to move it further along the production line. So to me, rather than make the production line stupidly long, just seems to make more sense to like move it along as you go for now, until we get to perhaps a more permanent thing towards the end. It doesn't take a lot to set these things up and put them back down again either, so I think it'll be fine like this. But this next part of the game is going to be super duper interesting, because we now have to start finding all the weak links and really upgrading the system in order to support the level of research we want to do. So over here we will put a little underground belt between there and there, and another one will go there to there. Now, for now we will put this on one belt, but in the future it will go on 2, wouldn't it? So then that goes there. Right, and now we're bringing all of the research down. And I think what we'll do is just have that for now. So we're going to have our labs on either side. If we do... Oh no, we need long-handed inserters, so they need 2 each. So make the belts a little bit longer, actually. Sweets. Also going to chuck those in there. How many of these do I have in total? I should probably have figured that one out first. And I'm going to need more of those. Exactly 5. Okay, let's get some power in here. Oh, that's chock-a-block right there. Okay, and then I think what we'll do is we'll put... It's not going to fit if I put it there. Where is power? I don't know where it is. Okay, here we go. We can connect the 2 like that. Wonderful. That should give it power. Or does that connect to nothing? Why is there no power? Am I missing something? No, some of it has no power. You donkey! What is wrong with me, people? What is wrong with me? Some of it doesn't have power. Not all of it. Jeez. Learn to look, Asuma. Learn to figure out what's going on. Jeez. And we've got a noise in the air. Which I'll get to in a second, of course. Maybe that'll do for now. Maybe I won't do this fully like we did before. Because I've got 2 left, or more than 2. I've got 10 left. Jeez. No, 8 left. Okay. Actually, that means if I do one more row, we'd used all of it up. Okay, we'll do that then. Cool, that is a lot of research centres right there. Ah, we might see some problems with power as well about to emerge, because we're about to soak up a lot of power as well. It's going to be fascinating, this next step. Okay, got that sorted out. Long-handed inserters, we need more of them. Sweet, then we need these inserters going all the way across here. So we've got a noise in the ear. That noise is from... It's Blind Nick Namer 5478 resubscribed for 6 months in a row, saying, "Hey X, glad to be subscribed to you on Twitch for half a year. Keep up the great work and happy New Year. P.S. Have you played Celeste? One of my favourite games." I have not played that, nor have I heard of it, I believe. Yeah, I don't think I've even heard of it, so there you go. Thank you so much for your support, buddy. I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the stream, having a good time hanging out with us as we don't do derps and do amazing factory stuff all the time, you know? All the time. Trying to make placing this a little bit faster. Thank you again for your support, buddy. Appreciate it. We're about to get this online. Cuplex says, "You donkey! You donkey!" Everyone loves to call me a donkey. You love to call me names, didn't you? You love to call me derp. You love that excuse. He did something wrong. Call him a derp. Right, let's... we got to put them every single time. Which kind of looks a bit ugly in my opinion. Right. And we're out. We are out. Make some more. Okay, sweet. Technically, everything is ready to go. Who wants to see this thing in action? Ladies and gentlemen, we are reaching the next point of the stream. We have to choose what we want to research. That, I know, is something... Oh, no, maybe not the personal one. Or maybe the personal one. I don't know what we're going to do next. Advanced oil processing. Is that worth having to make what we're currently doing more efficient? I don't think so. That being said, 100 crude oil. Oh, yeah, we can kind of do the math here then. So, currently, we get 40, 30, 30 from 100 crude oil. Oh, wrong place. Advanced would give us 10, 45, 55. We actually probably want the petroleum more than anything else. I think we'll just pass on that one. That thing, we're not really part of our plans. What's this? Train braking force? Not part of our plans, really. The efficiency model 2. Oh, I didn't realise they went higher than... Oh, wow, they go up to level 3. Interesting. Interesting. Not sure if I should perhaps wait for this. Oh, I don't know. What one should we... Oh, yes, this is why we look through. We definitely want electronic furnace next. And then after that, you get the science pack, the next level of research things. So, let's watch it all kick in. The research is happening, peeps. It looks like it actually starts doing the research and then it gets robbed. Is that potentially inefficient? Like, does it waste anything by doing that? I'm not sure. But there we go. Right, so now that a load of potions have been consumed, we should see stuff start to kick into effect behind us. If we go, there we go. Right, so a lot of movement. The next one's being done. Produce 1k advanced circuits per hour. Let's start looking at the statistics, peeps. Oh, we're going to geek out now. Okay, so we were like this. And now we're coming back up to there on orange and blue, which seem to be close to one another. Of course they would be. They're pretty much the same thing. Right. So green is the copper wires. We've had some spikes of that. And there is our advanced circuit. 281 at the moment. I thought it said 1k per hour. I mean, they seem to be doing okay over here. Just the ones at the top that are going now. Right, but if we look over here... What am I looking at? This is slow. Look at that. Slow. Not enough of that coming through for our potions. So soon we're going to not be able to do too much more research. We're running off of the ones that we have stored. If we look over here, we can learn that we didn't actually make a lot of this at all. So it makes sense. It makes total sense, doesn't it? Okay, therefore, we'll set up a few more of these, which is going to use up resources. But we'll go 1... And we used a regular one in the middle, which is slightly more efficient, I guess, for now. There we are. Making some cogs. Oh wow, it actually works, says Omilulu Gaming. Well, you'll see it will run out, and then it will look like stuff doesn't work. That's what's going to happen. I'll tell you now, that's what's going to happen. You know. Sorry to ruin it for you. Sorry to ruin the surprise. How many of these do I want in total? 3? Probably about 5, I think. Oh wait, we're sort of... whatever. So I think we'll put... we'll do that many. That'll do, because it looks crazy big compared to everything else. So that's going to soak up a bunch of resources on that side over there, isn't it? So how do we do this whole crazy setup? There is one long-handed inserter for... So let's get those in production and then put them into place. So from that way around to there, we'll put it at the bottom of each of these. So we're adding an extra 3, I think, in total. Yeah. Hamstap says you don't need the middle one. It was just making pipes. Yeah, it was just making pipes. That's all it was doing. I mean, it could be that it would be better off with a belt for pipes or a better system than this. But hey, this is what we got. So that's what we're going to roll with. Okay, so I think... Yeah, I think we've got to look at it like that. And like that. And then like this. Something like that each time. No, that way round. Did I do that right? Yes, I did. Cool, it gets confusing. Wait, did I do it right? I am so confused. Hang on. I don't think I did. Should really do one thing at a time, perhaps, which is that one, then that one. Okay, then those on either side. Okay, and that's it. And then I think one of these did the whole thing each time. And I think it goes right there. 2, 3. Now it don't look right. Oh, it was... Okay, I see, I see. It's one there and there. Actually, it's wherever there's a gap, there's one. Sweet. Okay, now we just need to tell it what to do. So... Sorry, right click, left click. And then we've got to do the pipes. Did I do that right? I think I did. Yeah. Now, we may see it start working straight away, or I may have made some horrible, horrible mistakes. But it looks like they're all working. So now we're going to increase the engine production. We've quadrupled it, I think, and we should see more engines coming down here. Yep, they're coming. They're coming. So that means that the potions get made slightly faster. Awesome. Asuma, are you the best YouTuber / streamer in the world? Even if you think you're not, I think you are. Well, I think that best is subjective, and that there are many streamers in the world, and whatever one's strengths, there'll probably someone out there who'd be better in one way or not in another. I mean, everyone's just like kind of unique, you know. So don't really think about it in those terms. Right. Ooh, logistics system. That sounds cool. Automation free. Oh my god, this game is never ending. Look at all the stuff we got to do, peeps. Look at all the stuff. What one should we do next? Personal Roboport. I feel like that was part of what we were trying to aim towards, right? Having robotics to help us build things. Some of the projects we're now going to start doing are going to require, I believe, some blueprints and some construction robots. So we'll be smart to research that. And as you can see, not all of them are able to fire now because we don't have enough of those potions. Withery Boss Entity says, X, could you put down some lamps so we can see in the dark? I should really do that, shouldn't I? But then I'm gonna get all irritated and worried about the layout. Oh, I wish there was just a way to turn off the night without losing the achievements. That would be the best, really. Should perhaps make night vision. Night vision is a thing that you can make. I think you need. Let's make one of those. And then I think you need, like, yeah, a battery, but maybe it can run off... No, it wouldn't run off of solar because it'd be nighttime. Anyway, we'll give that a try. We'll make some armor and put the night vision in it and see if it helps. But I think it needs power. Oh, it went straight on me. Okay, right click on it. Apparently the personal roboport was finished already. That was quick. Okay, that didn't seem to help. Maybe it's like a button that I press. I don't think I thought of that last time I used night vision. Is there a button for night vision? X, could you put... Oh wait, they're literally the same message that I just read. Why do I do that so often? I found the best way to play this game is to iterate and... Oh. I choose to read the message that's about to roll off the screen. Typical. Needs power, people are saying. So I need a battery in order to do that. Well, I'm kind of now at a point where I'm not entirely sure what my next step should be. However, we definitely need to set up an area where we collect the things that we need. So research right now might not be our biggest priority. It might be letting those resources back up. Speed is definitely not something we need now then, because we aren't really in a rush. Okay, so I probably don't need power armor. Let's work our way from the back here. There's some here that we just can't do because we don't have the right types of potions. So we'll whiz past all of these. That's the first thing that we can do. Nuclear power. I am nowhere near ready for this stuff. It looks fascinating though. Make a nuclear reactor. Mining productivity, not a priority. Advanced electronics. That blue circuit might be useful to us, but probably not at this moment. Depends if it's involved in the robotics stuff. So that's not a thing, that's not a thing, that's not a thing. That might be good, but when we're actually doing that. Same for that one. Right, and yeah. Okay, most of these are actually now quite clearly not really what we're trying to do, which gives us just these two right here. So worker robot speed. I don't think we actually need to do any research. I think we'll leave it alone. We'll let our resources back up so we can focus on our next goals. Akhack says you should get some robots to fill up stuff like belts and inserters into your inventory. Yes, that appears to be the next step that we need to do, and it looks like we have most of the stuff related to that. So now we can think about creating a new area where we get all of those things together, and that's going to happen just over here. We're going to start automating the creation of belts and other things. So, we need to get the materials to make these things in the same area together, which is going to be interesting. Same for these things as well. So, I kind of want to lay this out in a way where all the things are sort of near to each other. I'm not sure if I should go with stack inserters. I don't even know how they work. Peeps, do I need stack inserters? I'm going to guess I do later on in the game, so it might be wise to figure it out now. But I'm starting to see some similarities with the things that we want to create. These ones here are different, so we'll do those last. They need copper and steel. I guess we want to automate pipes as well. We always want to have pipes in our inventory. We probably want to have rails always in our inventory. Storage chest. I'm not sure if we're going to need that kind of stuff just yet. Here's the other thing. If we want to do all of this for robots, we're going to have to make batteries and stuff soon, and I know how to do that, so that's definitely something for next stream. Stack inserters best from crate buffers into trains. Oh, that makes sense, yeah. Yes, I don't think they were around when I first played the game. Now that makes a lot of sense. Okay, it also explains, I've seen some images when researching of stackers seemingly moving items and like loads coming out from underneath them, so that's probably a stack insert. Okay, so how's power doing? We haven't checked up on power in ages. Looks like it's doing okay. I wouldn't be surprised if that weren't the case a moment ago. Looks like no, it didn't even peak with the research running. Alright. Okay, so I think we've established that we're going to make pipes, these inserters, power cables, but nothing else. No one else is saying I'm missing something in chat, right? There isn't an extra thing that I need to get in here. We should also maybe consider that the next level of these, I think, require lubricant. Although, I think that's just going to be a bit much if I try and plan that far ahead. If we go with our usual vertical design, hopefully if we need pipes, we can put them in the middle and take out some of these. So, yeah, okay. Right, so let's look at ingredients. We want iron and iron cogs. Electronic circuits are going to be needed in the area. And eventually advanced. So if I put iron and cogs together... So iron and cogs would make the belts, then they would make the advanced belts. What does that want? Okay, so it doesn't work off the advanced belt. And that also wants gears, and that wants gears and electronics, right. So the thing with that is that it wants, we're going to make this on one side, iron and iron cogs, and then we're going to need iron again. Same for the splitter. And that once it's got its belt. There is going to be a lot to visualize and figure out here to create this system. I'd rush to the logistic robots, says Surprise Tolpa. We will after we've created our little area, because the logistics robots will pick up the things we build in this area and bring them to us. One thing I should keep in mind is I'm actually probably not trying to create a layout like this to an extent, because they're going to sit here making stuff for ages, and we're going to turn up periodically and take stuff out of a chest. So there'll be a large stockpile of things waiting for us, I think is the gist of what I'm trying to say. It might help for us to start visualizing this a little bit as well. Okay, so somewhere up here, we're going to start this area, and we're going to have our iron and iron belts. Okay, yeah, I think I know what to do. I think we should bring both iron and iron cogs up on independent lines. Okay, so we'll put a splitter into place. Can we bring it up on... No, that would be kind of silly to bring it up. Maybe it wouldn't. I'll have to leave a gap. Okay, so we'll put that there and that there. And then you're going to go up. Ah, slight problem. Wait, did I want to do that? Ah, we'll just leave a gap in between them. Are you planning on playing another Scrap Mechanics stream? Asks McKnight. Yeah, but I don't know when. Maybe, probably not until next week. And I don't like leaving like a big space in between, because it just feels like it was ages ago or something. But yeah, probably not until next week. Alright. Golden Dog says, I know it's not related, but X, do you listen to Imagine Dragons? I don't. They're one of the bands that I really don't get along with. And that's not, there's not many bands I don't get along with. Okay, so we need that right there. Alright, so we're bringing them up. We also need to bring up electronic circuits and then eventually advanced circuits. Is that right? Am I not missing anything? Always, we'll keep checking just to make sure I'm not being an idiot and missing something. It doesn't look like it is the case there. Electronic and iron. Advanced. Yeah, okay. And then that one we're going to do later. Right, so same dealio again here. We will have a splitter. First of all in that spot. And we don't have to worry about that extra thing we're going to have eventually. And then we will have an underground belt and a splitter in that spot. Okay. Ugh. Ugh. I'm doing all the placing wrong, peeps. Okay, that's quite nice really. That's all ready for us to move stuff around. I'm wondering if maybe using some more inserters and having a bit more of a funky layout here might work as well. T WaTV says, hello, you can use pipette tool, default queue, to put any item away. Yeah, I'm aware of that. It's just habit of using it. I'm aware of that one. That's a good tip. Thanks. We got Bob Mick Poopy Pants here, subscriber with Amazon Prime. I admit I take a little bit of pleasure in saying such a silly, goofy name. I like it. Thank you ever so much, Bob. Appreciate it, and hope you're enjoying the stream. Jinx says, I never heard of such a thing where this magical place was so smart. They decorate their cheese with chocolate. This sounds like a conversation I know nothing of. I know nothing of it. Right. First order of business, we are going to create a line that has iron and iron gear wheels. And then after that, a line that has iron and another one that has iron and electronic. So in my mind, it might make sense to put the iron and electronic together. So this potentially could become a real mess of stuff if we're not careful. It's one thing to watch out for. I think I'm low on my belts again. Let's go pick up some more. Top Twitch streamer covers the research bar, says Hamstat. No, I don't. The research bar is visible when it's researching. I deliberately lined it up so you could see that. Accusing me of fake news. That's what's going on over here, ladies and gentlemen. We've got some fake news in chat. Divert thy eyes from the fake news. Badger Spanner says, I am abandoning you all for your small horse. Have a lovely stream, guys. Thanks for tuning in, Banner? Badger? I combined your names together. You understand. I'm pretty sure you understand. You're used to this idiot. Thank you for tuning in. By the way, peeps, probably a good time to look away from the screen. We are 2 hours and 10 minutes into this stream. Let's take an eye break time right here. We've got about 20 minutes left to figure this out. Can we do it? I'm taking a little rest for my eyes. Just looking away from the screen. Letting them focus. I'm going to drink a little bit more water while we do that, actually. Alright, I'm not taking 5 minutes. I'm streaming. Shut up, Doctor. Shut up with your 5 minutes. Oh, so silly. Right. Underground belt. Where do I want to put it? Probably there and then there. And then we can quite easily do that. Nope. Except you didn't turn the corner. Right, so we have that there, which is going to create belts and stuff, right? Wait, didn't the next one use iron? The iron's sort of already there. Huh. So some of that will go into a chest, some of it will go into the next assembly machine, basically. In fact, the next assembly machine can take from there. But I kind of want to do this with... See, I want to do this in a way where we have more than one machine operating at once. I need some chests to visualize this, so that's in the wrong spot. So both of those can put it into the chest. Then the next one up can grab it from there. I think actually what we want to do is essentially put that onto a belt. Because that's what we're making first of all. It's already on a belt. How have I not remembered this? There is always... The belt's got the two... I said this earlier, didn't I? The belt's got the two things that we want on it. Oh, jeez, what a derp. What a complete and utter... Why are y'all watching me play this game? Is it just fun? Is that what it is? It's just fun to watch me be an idiot. Is that how it works? Okay. You know, that's almost pointless. Let's just... Actually, no, I changed my mind. We will have it like that. Is that what we could do? Because this is the bottom line. We could have it not interfere with anything, in a way. I think. No. Ugh. What am I doing? Concentrate. There's the derp faces in chat. Thanks, peeps. None of y'all... You've been tricked again. You've been tricked. Okay? None of y'all pointed that out earlier. I just want to say, y'all calling me a derp, here's the thing. Here's the real thing. Y'all never saw it. Alright? Who you calling a derp? None of you ever saw it. I knew all along. I planned this. Definitely didn't plan it. Okay. Now what I want to do is probably alter these again. Oh, we have to make so many changes for the amount of derps that I'm doing. Yeah, that to there, that's good. That to there. Oh, and it oh, that's super cool. I didn't know that. That's a clever little thing to do, isn't it? Would be really nice if it just put it on the belt and not into your inventory. That would be swell. We're bringing back swell, peeps. Don't forget. We're bringing back the swell. That's not what I wanted to do. No, I didn't want to do that. Sorry. Jeez. Derp. Ugh. Oh, now I did derp, for real. Okay, what I actually want to do is have an inserter there. And oh, this is how fussy I am, peeps. Now I want it to look neat and tidy. Because it doesn't look neat and tidy. Oh, now it just looks wonderful, doesn't it? That was totally worth it. Right, let's get a belt in here. Let's get an... Oh, we need a filter inserter, actually. And it's made one for us. You, my friend, need to just put those... that's not the way it works. Just put those on. And you need some power as well. Of course you do. Of course you do. Right, there we go. So now we have... Now we have those going there. This sort of looks neat, sort of looks chaotic. I like it. It's a mix of both. Also, my brain just did an idea thing again. Brain, why do you keep doing idea things? This was good enough, I think. Does this look... This will look cooler, I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, wait. We should remove those. Okay, this will definitely look cooler. If we do that, and we don't know where it goes to, that's fine. But if those go... wrong way. Now that looks snazzy. Look at that. Super snazzy. I don't know. There's many ways you could arrange it. Right, so now we already have the belts over here. Therefore, we're not actually making the belts. But since we're in this area, we will have a chest full of belts down here. Where are my chests? You are made of steel. That's fantastic. I'm going to put you right in that little space. And you're going to have yourselves an inserter. And then you're going to have a limit. And that limit is... Oh, no, wait. We don't want to do that because we're making the next level up. Oh, yeah. That was worth remembering. So, actually, the first thing we're going to put here, we'll have some long-handed inserters working with regular ones. Because we're going to make that type of belt first. Right, but these ones don't work off of... Oh, it's so confusing. It's so... Maybe I should stop talking. X, what is your opinion on pomegranates? I don't have an opinion other than that's edible. And I don't think I've ever eaten one, as it goes. Right, you are making that type... Oh, no, you're not. You're making that type of belt. Yes. Yes, you are. Good. The next thing that comes up here, we'll make that and pass it straight on into that, which is actually going to get all from the same lines. Good. So, how many of these do we want? We're going to have... Wait, it doesn't use... Yes. Okay, so we're going to have 2 of these, putting them into a chest together. Right, it's coming together. It's finally coming together, peeps. We're going to start to see some stuff happening. It's starting to make sense in my noggin. Is that my famous last words? It might be. It might be, my friends. Okay. I'm going to limit you to that much. What we should actually start doing is literally start building with these things straight away. So that's going to be my new thing. And I'm going to pick them out from here. And wait a minute, let's... Right click, left click. So now all of my factory needs to be... Actually, does it? Do I need to replace every belt in my factory with this stuff? That's a good question, because it might be weird if this bit's red but none of the rest is. Anyway, it's making them. Another 9. Brilliant. And it doesn't want those to make the next ones. We're just making the base again. So I need to take that and then put it straight into that. So we're looking at the same setup but with 2 on either side. So it's going to be like that, then 1, 2, 3, and like that. Okay, so this does that. They both point into the thing in the middle. Let's set up the recipe so this becomes visually a little bit easier for us. Just like that. And we put our chest right there in the middle. And we're going to limit that thing to having probably about that much. Cool. Promoganit's a... Oh, I can't even say it. I don't even read the sentence. I can't say There's no R! Okay, I need to stop talking. Clearly I need to stop talking. Let's pick up more of those. Also, no one has commented on the thing. Peeps, when I ask you things, you've got to reply. That's part of the deal, you know, the whole streaming business. I can't just be saying stuff and no one be replying. That'd make me look silly. The question is, should we build everything now with red belts? Like, and upgrade every single belt in the system? That was actually the question. Should we upgrade every belt in the system? I probably will. We'll probably do a relaxed stream where we do that at some point. Right, so once again, we need 2 types of inserter. On this one. On that one, just 1. So that means we're probably going to put the thing that powers everything right there. And then it's going to miss that one. So we need 3 in total. And the third one goes right there. Everyone's saying yup. Yup, 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 yup. Okay, cool. We will then. If everyone's saying yup, I'm just going to do what everyone says, you know. That's how you should do things in life. Just listen to what other people say and do exactly what they say, regardless of the consequences. You know, that's the kind of life advice you can expect from my streams. High quality. Definitely won't get you in any trouble or have any repercussions. Okay, so now we're making those. Wonderful. And we would like to make fast splitters as well. So we've got to make splitters first of all, which means we need to introduce electronic circuits into the equation. I've just had a crazy maniac idea over here. Oh, goodness me, what is wrong with me? Watch out for this fella. Let's go put a splitter here and have the track peel like that. And voila, we are actually bringing the electronic circuits to the same setup. I could have figured this out earlier, couldn't I? Nimmer Geneb says, Asuma, great at life advice. Capital letters. Capital letters. It's got to be amazing then. I get my life advice from Google Assistant, says Multi-Warfire. That sounds like it could be comical on occasions. You should replace those basic inserters with fast inserters, Asuma. It would greatly improve your production. Well, would it? Because it's sitting there doing nothing, right? The only time it's worth doing is... Oh, actually, it's probably doing nothing because of the lack of cogs. Well, it depends on the speed of the thing that's being crafted in front of it, is what I was going to say, basically. Alright, so it looks like we may be stifled a bit here. We need to increase our iron production and then our cog production. All of that's fine. We're getting this set up so it'll work in the long run for us. And remember, we're not doing science anymore, so when this starts to be finished, it will back up here. When it backs up there, other things start to back up, and Bob's your uncle and all that. It's Ender says, I don't really get too far in Factorio. I always watch people build these huge factories and I don't know how. It's Ender. The steps we're going to be doing in the next couple of streams are probably the ones to help you figure that out. You have to get into robotics so that the things that you build are done with blueprints, and then you just lay down the blueprints and the robots build it all for you. And then that means you potentially design a little module like this thing, and rather than build it all, you just slap down the blueprint and expand your production and all of that. Cool. Alright, so the next one. We did this one slightly different because we already had the belt there. So it's going to be the same setup again, I'm pretty sure. We just need to figure out the inserters after. So we'll do 1. Oh, we'll run out, have we? I'll have another 5, please. Did we also use... No, we didn't. Okay. So we need 1 with a space of 1. Then a space of 1, 2, 3, and a space of 1. Okay, so this one we set as the... Yeah, you can see what I'm doing. Except I'm doing it wrong. Brilliant. Just brilliant. Okay, that looks correct. So what do you need? You want basically long-handed inserter and a short-handed inserter. And we'll do the same at the very top. Those are of course going to give to that one, and that one's going to go there, and then we're going to have a thing in the middle. Okay, then this wants iron cogs. Yep, so it's going to need a long-handed insert. It's not actually going to need the other type. Right? No, iron cog is... Yeah, okay, I got that wrong. So you will go there. This one will go here. Got to power them as well. So there, there, and there, just like the one below. And now we'll put all the belts in place. Not quite all of the belts. And let's limit this thing to about that many stacks for now. So this one's basically squeezing all of the cogs at this point, which is fine. We're gonna take all of those. Keep making stuff. Jinx Honey says, "Oh, that's a message to someone else." You know, I look at a name, I pick out a message. It's not to me. Derp inserters are the wrong way round, says Tried It. Hang on a second. This is Factorio. You can't derp on this game. You know, this game's too complicated for derping. Okay, so just those two. And that was it? I believe that was it. So does that mean that one's got enough stuff? It wants more iron cogs, which it'll get eventually. And it'll start filling that thing up eventually. I'm going to put that there. Alright, so that was the first of many of these that we need to do. We now need to do these things, and we've only got 5 minutes in which to do it. Cole Dodd 2 has resubscribed for 2 months in a row. Thank you ever so much. I appreciate it, and I hope you're enjoying the stream. And everyone in chat is telling me that apparently the top 2 are the wrong way as well. They are, aren't they? How did I not? That's not a derp. That's not a derp when you know that they're the wrong way around. You look at them and think they're the right way around. What are you on about? I'm not going to press that derp button. Jeez, bunch of derp things. It's all your fault. Right, okay, what's next? We want to start doing these. So, materials we want on belts are not those actually, it's these ones. Iron and cogs. Iron and electronic circuits. So iron cog electronic circuits, and after that advanced circuits. So why don't we do the same thing again? Let's go ahead. Oh, this might get tricky, you know. This might get tricky, like spelling Mississippi. That is also tricky. So if we have that, go there. This is glorious. This music is glorious right here. I don't think we're ever going to take these out. Oh no, this is what I was talking about, right? So if ever we're going to expand what we're doing here, we're probably going to need this with some sort of thing in it. Like a pipe. So I reckon we need to go out 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then that would be there. But let's see if we can squeeze it and go even further. Right? Let's undo all of that. Let's see if we can go like that. Yeah. Okay. Now, the next trick is to get the next two... Oh no, we need a third thing here. I'm glad I thought about this. We need the inserters. So, the advanced circuits are actually going to be a separate thing in this area. So now what I think we need to do is get that onto... And that's actually the wrong side of the belt. But we can always do this slightly different, I guess. Right, we need a filter inserter here. Did I just make 5 of them? That's alright. Okay, I'm going to tell you to move those inserters over there. Okay, that actually makes this next bit kind of easy. And maybe we'll have to come back here and change some of this stuff because, you know, we want to produce more stuff at some point. That's fine if that happens. Alright, there we go. Okay, so now over here we get to start putting down these. So that uses a regular one, so does that one. That one uses a fast one. So, okay, we're going to go, hang on a second, let's think this through. The long-handed ones are always going to be useful. And then so are the fast inserters, and then the fast inserters are used to make those three there. So I think what we need to do... For now, the first two are definitely just like that. Then the fast inserter... There's probably a way more optimal way to do this, you see. So we need the long-handed, that's fine. We'll go ahead and we'll put a chest over here for it. We're going to have... Oh, do we want to use it as a buffer is a question. I think I might just double up. Yeah, I'm going to double up here. Okay. So we're going to have... Yes, okay, I know exactly what we're doing. Let's get started. Let's get something working over here. Okay, that's good. Right, that one's going to make long-handed. This one's going to make that one, and we'll limit this to 2 stacks, and we'll limit that one to 2 stacks as well. Okay, now the next one is going to do the blue inserter as well, but this time it's going to pass it up to the next machine, which is going to do the filter inserter, and it has all the things available to do that. And then I think we're going to do blue, and after that one we shall do stack inserter, which I think requires something quite different. Right, I believe we're at the time. Mr. Mess says, let's see how long it'll go. Nah, we're gonna wrap it up there. I'm gonna put a cap on it. First week's gonna be 2.5 hours. Second week will be 2 hours. Maybe actually tomorrow's will probably need to be 2 hours. So maybe actually we'll just say this first 3 streams for 2.5 hours, whatever. Okay, they're going, they're rolling, they're doing the thing. This is happening over here. Let's just have a little walk back through the factory and see how everything is. Miner drills are starting to back up, so that means all our potion stuff is done, which means these here are no longer needed by those, so they start to back up. Yes, so as we zoom out here, iron is looking a lot healthier. Our cogs are probably slacking. They're really slacking, the cogs. And to be fair, it kind of looks like they're slacking because of the iron. So the iron production will be a priority soon in the next stream. Let's quickly go click on this. That's how we've been doing for the last hour. Let's press P for production. That's what we've been doing for the last hour. Pretty cool, right? Amazing stuff going on here. Peeps, thank you ever so much for tuning in and hanging out with me as we played some Factorio this evening. Hope you enjoyed it and had a good time and all of that cool stuff. This is the end of the stream, so massive thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered. As always, I appreciate your support. And right now we will do a raid. A riggedy raid. And I'm not going to tell you who we're raiding. I'm going to make it exciting for you. Anyway, peeps, thank you ever so much. I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.